I get to. I have a confession to make. Deep, dark secret from my past. Something I'm afraid to admit, something I'm ashamed to admit, about stuff I used to do back in the day. It's really just takes a lot for me to come out and admit this, and it's been eating me up for a while, and I just have to finally come out and say it. It's something I used to do. Sorry, this is hard. I'm not proud of this at all. Like I said, it is a deep, dark confession from my past. One that might make some people think less of me. Which I know is hard to do. Because, I'm just saying, but I just have to come out and say it because it eat me alive inside. And I feel that I have to come out and admit it. I used to be... Sorry. So sorry that it's hard for me to admit this, but I used to be a rage quitter. God. Oh my God, that's such a horrible thing to admit. I used to do it all the time. I would just completely I'm sitting there playing and I just can't take another loss, and like a bitch I just dropped the game. Oh my God. What the, it was a bad time of my life. And I just started playing fighting games online, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I'd be going on these losing streaks, and eventually I would just drop it. I would just drop the game and leave. And sometimes people would call me out. They would send me a message over PSM and call me a bitch and call me all sorts of names, call me this, that, and the other thing. And I tried to defend it. I tried to justify my rage quitting. Can you believe that? I tried to justify this horrible thing I used to do. And I would argue, and eventually I would block people because they kept calling me out on rage quitting. I felt justified in doing so. But I was wrong. I admit that now. I put it behind me. I take my beatings like a man when they happen. No matter how cheap the other player may be, no matter how good the other player may be. If I lose, I lose. Because I found out that doing so is not the end of the world. And I have a message to all you other rage quitters out there. You too can't put this behind you and learn to take your beatings like a man. If you're not good, practice and get better. And if practicing isn't working and you still lose, maybe you shouldn't play the game anymore. I'm just saying. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Ladies and gentlemen, you can overcome rage quitting. Talk to somebody. A friend. A relative. A hotline. I'm sure there's a hotline. That could be a hotline. I'll have to get on that. Anyway, that's a subject for another time. Anyway, I just had to get that out there. And I really hope that someday I can be forgiven for these horrendous actions.